Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. Welcome back. Today is today, tomorrow gonna be another day. Much of the people are waiting for this kind of the video to come out right now here. And here we are, it's one-on-one from the inskirt and outskirt of Kisumu. We have much of the breaking news that had already come out, and we're gonna be filming it and getting it into the close range of understanding what's really popping out at this kind of the time. Much of the people right now, they're just celebrating. Very cerebral way of making sure that everything is very outskirtively and to their own position, whatever they're just sitting in their comfortable zones. I know much of the people have been told, oh, you have gonna be getting this kind of the visitation from the other improper way, from the other subsection, so they can just alternatively think about the villa is everything. But good thing is much of the people are lured into it. Much of the YouTubers are being called, and they're just feeling so characteristically good without making sure that everything is just outskirting or of scolding this kind of the emotions, how they're gonna be. What they don't understand is like a person like Nasto. Nasto has been lured into this kind of the sarcasm, from being attacked, from being elevated, from being chased out, from being told that you're not the blood brother. But much of the visitation letters were just thrown back onto him also, so he can just be lured. So sometimes we have this kind of a person who can hit you and talk about there's nothing you can do because I'll just call you for food and you'll just come. So right now we want to understand, is it a fantastic module for us to understand this kind of the proper way of getting forward? Because I understand from the villa, I was given this kind of the visitation so I can just visit there, because I understood I had captured much of the illusions from them, talking about no, I don't need this kind of the way, and I've been talking about this kind of the people want to formulate their own improper and get much of the people into the situations like getting the whole village into the sarcasm, talking about, oh, this is how it's gonna be, this is how you're gonna be, and that is not the nature of how I just portray it and to being. And also I understand the villa, it was so molesting much of the children. Also talk about the girl child at a large, because the minors were being molested at that kind of the rate. And also the police has been used to brutally enforce their own laws where it's not necessary to much of the villagers and the citizens, and talk about the civil citizens who are just not having much of the krakatooing of the time here and there. I know right now they're being told that now this kind of the villa, we are back as the same the party was, and you can just use the condoms the way it could be used, the way you can just feel it to be used. And I know right now they're being told that this kind of the section here that you can just see here, there much of the reproduction you can just do here, the mating and whatever you might be needing in terms of the night session. And I understand it's because of they know right now it's just a culture, and I've been told there's no filming of the videos. I don't know, this kind of the people are just going there, they're gonna be filming because it wants to monolize this kind of the person called talk about Master KG, because he wants to alliteratively think about is the only person who can film much of the video and lure this kind of the people and tell them that you can even see I'm the only person who is just filming the videos, which will be so chaotic and very inflammatory in terms of understanding the real genotypic way of getting forward. Understand, it's the same meaning of the way they just alliteratively think about they're gonna just block much of my road and not to access whatever I need to access in that kind of the village, because it's very narcotic to much of the people who don't want to they think about they can just be doing, and they think about the other things could not be coming out as it has been alliteratively thinking about gonna be coming out as possibly it has to come out, because Gintu is always viral, and I'm gonna be getting to each kind of the video. I can come even to your home and I can film from there, because what we need is the freedom and the speech, so as everybody can just speak and alternatively think about what is next at this kind of the module of the moment. But this kind of the rate I've talked about, there's people who are just suffering right now because one of the channels have been lost also, and I think much of the people who have to understand that Ernest has lost a channel, and that is why I'm just here to make sure that I'm gonna be much of the people right now, they're dancing east, west and south, talking about, oh yeah, we have made it, and then. But this kind of the rate we're gonna be talking about, you have to handle much of the issues. I understand they have a burial ceremony, talk about Chef Matiko. I don't know if he has landed, because I saw the baby gonna be given the name of the grandmother who has died, and I think Chef Matiko, congratulations. The talk about you're gonna be a baby boy also gonna be coming, I think so. So as you can just cherish yourself and give out the ancestral name. I think it's gonna be coming more gore. It's gonna be coming as part of the program already. And to the line, we're gonna be hearing from Ernest right now, so as you can just hear from him to understand where has been the channel gone at this kind of the rate of the moment, so as you can just pick it as a positive vibe of getting forward. So it's just having some of the call tunes here. I don't want to get some of the copyrights with these years of the copyrights that are going to be coming out from that kind of the position. So you can just hear from him. How is the funeral and how are people going to be getting him at this kind of the time and how it's going to be. Hello, bro. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, niaje. Yeah, everything is good, bro. I think the volume is down a little bit here. I don't know if it's mine or it's yours. So already we are one-on-one, and I've talked about already we have a tragedy a little bit. Right now, much of the people are celebrating at the other party and talking about ABCD. Yet you are just having a little bit of a problem. Talk about the funeral is there, and also you have a problem in casting with your own journey of the YouTube platform also. So you can just give yourself a shout out first, so as you can just tangle the video.
Okay, thank you so much, Gintu, for welcoming me to your channel, brother.
Exactly.
It's a good time again meeting you.
Yeah, man.
To my subscribers, to Gintu subscribers, good evening, good afternoon. It will depend the time that you watch this amazing video.
Exactly.
So I go by the name by It Ernest, the real son of the soil, the village boy.
Yeah.
If in case you don't know, I go by the name It Ernest. My channel's name goes by It Ernest.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you very much for your introduction and also playing the role to make sure that we're going to be part of the program right now to drive this kind of the video from one phantom moment to another. So we go direct to the point right now. How is the funeral? Because much of the people right now, they understand that you have the funeral at your home. And how have you reached? Where far have you reached in terms of the funeral service?
In terms of funeral service, we are progressing well because on Tuesday we are going to do the main fundraising.
Yeah.
And then after Tuesday, we are going to rest. On Thursday, purchase and try to purchase 1, 2, 3,
exactly.
the coffin and all those stuff. The shopping, yes, let us make it shopping. And then on Thursday, we will go and bring the body.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, we are going to lay her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the program that has already run. So on Tuesday, which is on 24th, you're going to be having the main fundraising, and also make sure that on Wednesday you're going to be resting a little bit to make sure that you're going to be doing the budgeting and the budgeting and the shopping at the same time. And on Thursday you're going to be getting to the morgue and bring the body home, which is your grandmother. And also on Friday you're going to be resting in peace.
Yeah,
exactly. So right now, I know it has been so krakatooing right now, and I've not yet made it to come, but I'm going to be coming, I think, on the fundraising also, or talk about the budgeting day, or both of those kind of the 2 days, including to understand how the program will be. And I know also you are there to make sure that you ever listened, because even as we had much of the funeral of my father, and we just laid him to rest in peace, and right now I'm just in Kisumu a little bit. I'm not at home, to make sure that I'm just handling 2-3 issues here. I'm not at home right now, bro, since some 2 days now. Yeah, so I'm just having one-on-one from Kisumu, and I'm gonna be handling this kind of the program right now. So, bro, I have a question, because you called me in the morning and tell me that your channel is a little bit having a problem. So what is really propagating to this kind of the issue, man?
Oh, my channel, the problem on Friday night, I lost my phone because I posted the last video that I posted the video that we were sitting on a fire.
It's a bonfire, huh?
Yeah, bonfire. Yeah. So when I finished, I realized that my phone is going down on the battery. So I decided to put on a generator, because there we are using a generator. You know how we are doing things there, because no electricity there.
It has not reached. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it has not reached there. So someone still stole my phone. And I've tried to retrace it. You know, this year they normally work at their pace.
Oh yeah, you cannot go and tell them that, oh, it has lost, I need it in this kind of, or you have to give them a lot of money so they can just do it as fast as possible with your own concern, eh?
Yes.
So my question one, how did it happen? Because that's your home, and whom did you leave to get your phone, or you just placed it there because you know that you'll just pick it, or how did it happen? In which way?
You know, there is those people who are dealing with the music there.
Exactly.
You know, we have a system there that we hired there, that those DJ that are there. So I put it there, and it's like the DJ forgotten that it was I put it there the phone. So it's like those boys that they are liking to sit around the music. You know, here in the village, people like sitting around the music.
Exactly.
I think maybe the DJ slept on his job in a little bit, so someone took that phone, you know.
So when you tried to trace it, nobody could just come out and talk about I found it or I saw it somewhere?
No one. Now since Friday, now I've been trying at least, because even on the screen it was the wallpaper it was mine, and a lot of people know me very well. So I was thinking maybe someone can just view the wallpaper and at least he will bring it all. He will kind of person can bring it back to me. But still, since Friday up to date, I've not found it. And now, you know, it had my channel, and I've tried to reback my channel to my wife's phone, but it's not going through because the email that I used is different. But I've tried to open it again. When I'm putting my password, the password is not going the way I want to get the way things to go. So it's not going in, you know. So I think you get what I'm saying.
Do you mean that somebody has accessed your account, or did your phone have a password or whatever, screen lock, whatever?
Yeah, my phone had screensaver and a screen lock. It was there, but apparently it's off. It reached around morning 9. It was the person switched it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from that kind of a way, so right now you don't have a channel you are not posting because the phone is already gone, and also the channel you are trying to retrieve it's no longer applying, or it's no longer reflecting. So talk about much of the people are just looking forward. So right now, do you have maybe have you, what is it called? Go and swap your SIM card so as you can just use it so as other people can just find you in a WhatsApp or whatever.
Now the problem is I've already done that. I've already replaced the number that I'm using. That this is the number that I used on my email.
Yeah,
this number that I'm speaking with.
Yeah. So
the problem is when I'm trying to do everything, the codes are going to that other phone. You know.
Oh, it has. Yeah. So it means that you had a 2 verification code.
Yeah, exactly.
So you are trying it signalized the other phone so they can give the authorization.
Exactly. Now it's very difficult.
So it seems that whenever you are trying to retrieve your channel, it means that it's sending the data to the other phone so you can just access it and acknowledge it, so you can just use the account, so it's not getting because nobody had said yes to that phone.
Exactly.
Oh.
So that is the problem. So, but I've called Otenga. Otenga has told me that I give him time. He will call me. He's busy somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe today or tomorrow he will try to help me.
Okay.
So the thing is, I can't communicate with anyone. My lovely subscribers, maybe on WhatsApp, or because I don't have their number. They have my number, but me, I don't have their number.
Exactly. Oh, right now, yeah. Because the phone that was having everything is now gone, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm giving you this kind of the time to elaborate yourself, because I think we share much of the subscribers also, and I think they will gonna be getting this kind of the viewpoint from me, so they can just know how to track you and trace you where necessary. You can just have this now your platform to go.
If someone wants to get me, it's my the same number that we have been communicating. Although now, maybe when you will call me, you will get me, but on WhatsApp, you can't get me because I don't have currently the phone data. Maybe I will open a WhatsApp because I'm using my wife's phone.
Yeah.
So definitely they will not get. Maybe someone calling me or leaving me a message. I will view the message or I will receive the call. Okay. But on WhatsApp, I don't think if we will talk before, because I don't have that phone so far right now.
So does it mean that right now you cannot open a WhatsApp and get the new number that you're going to be having? Will it not access, or what will be the problem?
Yes, I was thinking today because I was doing my things because I was busy here, you remember, and the funeral here and here.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I'm going to take my wife's phone so that I can maybe delete the WhatsApp and install my WhatsApp there so that I can use that meanwhile.
Exactly.
If I get a phone, yeah.
I think it's gonna be because some WhatsApp right now they have a password that is called a verification password, and I think it will just give you that kind of the password, so you can just write your the phone number that you need it to be accessed with, and much of the people will access and put the password, and everything will just go good because it's a verification. So from this kind of the point, guys, to the real fact is Ernest called me so they can just make sure that he's notifying much of the people, so they can just know why is he not coming out in terms of the videoing from one position to another. And right now is a very calm moment that much of the people should be very close and talk about, oh, how have you just reached, because they're going to be bringing the body from the morgue very recently, and also the fundraising is there. Maybe you have already talked much about the fundraising, or some of the people had already talked about they're going to be supporting each and every. So right now it's getting a little bit of a headache to understand that, oh, how this kind of the person could just get me. We are just sorry because it's just the village life. We understand sometimes you can never know what's going to be coming. Tomorrow is another day also. So that is what has just begotten to our boy called Ernest, and is just getting that kind of a problem a little bit. So it's this kind of the video has come out to make sure that you're going to be iteratively communicating. If you're going to be communicating to him direct, I can just talk about, you can text me, or you can just ask me, and I'll ask him also, so as you can just make sure that do we know is you at which kind of the rate, and you can just kind of say it at this kind of the moment. And also right now, do you wish to have another channel, or it's gonna be the way it is right now, Ernest?
No, because I can't wait, because maybe I don't know that channel, maybe it has gone because I've not retrieved it yet.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to open today or tomorrow. By tomorrow morning, I think I'll be having a new channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be having a new channel.
Exactly.
Maybe
so,
if I will open, I will send you the link so that at least maybe you can support me by
sharing,
telling our subscriber to share, to subscribe.
Exactly. So that is the brotherhood also we're going to be having here a little bit, and making sure that we are going to be supporting each other from one place, and from each and every kind of the section, to make sure that everybody is getting the real phantom moment of getting forward. So bro, I'll just make it happen, and also the video is going to be getting out in the evening. I think it's 15:08 right now. I think by 6 in the evening it will be just out, so as you can just make sure that much of the people are getting it, and making sure that everybody whoever has not got the information will get the information very vital. And also they'll just call you, because they've talked about a direct call can just go in, but a WhatsApp call is a problem, guys. And whoever want to communicate with Ernest, you can just use the same number you have been communicating with, and you can just communicate with him one-on-one. And thank you very much, Ernest, for your time also, and bringing it out to make sure that much of the people ever know, and also to make sure that you are ever getting forward. That is what we need.
Thank you so much.
Exactly. So it's a blessed day, guys, in the Sunday, and we have to support each other and make it happen. That was Ernest from the Lean, and called me that the channel is a little bit getting much of the problems east, west, and south. And I'm a guy of making sure that we're gonna be supporting each other to make it happen. I know whatever comes to him, it's gonna be getting to us again, because we understand this kind of the YouTube platform. You can never be 100% punctuality, and I understand that kind of the point is always pinpointing to each and every kind of the person. You understand the last time it was from our boys talk about Nairobi Teacher, talk about Mkaro, talk about On Trending, talk about JT the podcaster. It had been a problem east, west, and south. I know it's because of the village life, and also this kind of the people. Not everybody who is coming to the funeral is coming to understand what is just already being done there, that much of the people are coming to mourn. No, not everybody is coming to mourn in the funeral. Much of the people are coming to understand and study. Even me, my charger went. Even right now I have a brand new charger that's just charging here, and also so many things. Even my shoes, they're gone, because guys, even today I came to Kisumu to buy new shoes here. Even I have this one. Imagine those ones for walking at the home. It was taken. So the real fact is not everybody who is coming to this kind of the morning session is coming to alternatively know that this is the movement of us to get forward. That is the biggest mistake that much of the Kenyans here, and also the interior people from the interior section, they know that now we are going to get, we're going to be going to benefit there. So whenever we are going, whenever you are just making sure that your phone, they are just targeting, is your phone going to be getting worse? And there's a person who has been targeting this kind of the phones, and you can never find that whenever this kind of the person will be ever be retrieved and talked about, you are the one who was having the phone, you will see the parents coming out and talk about, oh no, hello, please don't do whatever bad is to this kind of the child. Oh, we are related, is your uncle, is your cousin, is your neighbor, is whatever, and oh, don't do any bad thing, and whatever we talk about. You understand, in the village you have different things of making sure you're going to be handling this kind of the things properly. Like me, I don't joke with this kind of the people whenever it comes to that. I'm a very good person, but whenever it reaches to a point where I've analyzed that, please, if you have my phone, come and I'll give you something small for retrieving it, and if you don't do it, I'll be a wild person. I'll tell you that we have very many things to handle. There's many things, there are many ways of making sure you're going to be attracting the rats or killing a rat. There's so many ways of making it happen, but the real fact, I'm not advocating for it, that you have to go to much of the people and talk about, I know this kind of the person has my phone, let the stomach be as big as problem so they can just bring that kind of the phone. Or we have very many things of making it happen, but I don't have to reach into that kind of the section. But the fact is, this kind of the boys, they have to be taught a lesson, and one person has to be taught a lesson as one-on-one to make sure that there's no much of the affiliations again to get onto this kind of the rate of the moment here. So I'm going to be having into the line another guy to make sure that we're going to be getting to know what's really popping out at the street of Nyabohanse, and also immensely understand what's really that's Nasto. We're gonna be having a very crooked ringtone here, which is ringing like something else here. I don't know if you're gonna be picking the call, because it's just at the background right now, and it's just getting to the call. And from that kind of the position, I'm going to be talking about, we have already much of the challenges that are just getting to the street from right now. Also, I saw Ernesto talking about the brother is now being chased out with the Jamaican uncle. I know right now much of the things are just handled in a pogrom. I said there's a time it will reach, this kind of the boy will be just thrown out as something else. Like nobody will ever recognize his own presence, because he's the one now who is put at the middle stage. Mogesi at the other side, and to talk about the boys at the middle. Yeah, man, what's up, bro?
Everything is good.
Everything is very characteristically nice, man. Kisumu here, everything is so well good, man. What's up, man?
Everything is good here in the village.
You are in the village, in skirts of the village.
Yeah, sure.
Very fantastic. So right now I'm one-on-one, and I want to know, because I saw the video coming out, you are saying that your brother has been told that you have to look for an alternative.
Yeah.
So what is popping out right now? I saw Mogesi posting a video saying that you're gonna be evacuated with an immediate effect. What has really popped out right now? Because the party is there to analyze on how they're gonna be taking over the whole village. Whoever wants to buy a land, gonna be buying a land. That is the aim of the party.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly. What's really popping out right now?
You know what? Let me say. You know what? About the party. Right now, there is no anybody from the village is allowed to get inside there. And also the kids are being chased like let me say like dogs. Imagine.
Which one?
Kids.
Oh, the kids.
Yeah, you know, today is a Sunday,
yeah,
and the kids are at home.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're just being chased like dogs.
So they have nothing to seal, because right now it's the permanent seal on who wants to buy the land, and they want to negotiate about the land purchase, not the kids to purchase the land.
Yeah, for now it's a business inside there.
Yeah, it's business. It's business, because there's no filming also. You understand that one?
Yeah. Yeah, also there's no any filmment.
Yeah.
Like you make a video, there's no any video there.
Exactly.
And you know very well, right now, Marwa's people, all Team Marwa,
yeah,
are the most people that are there.
Okay.
But for now, they are not allowed to film the video.
Exactly.
Just ask yourself the reason why.
Yeah, sure.
So it means that there is a specific plan that they want to do there or to make there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
So right now, I know where have you reached in terms of retrieving the plot number?
Actually, yesterday I was in the chief office.
Yeah.
Whereby I was having a letter, a document whereby chief told me that on Tuesday,
yeah,
I have to. He will be there, whereby we will be fencing our plot. And one of the officer or one of the policemen, all policemen will be there.
Yeah.
But the chief was demanding 5,000 Kenyan shillings, and it will took 3 days. The process will took 3 days.
So
for the.
I have a question. I have a question there. You are saying the plots are going to be fenced. Which plots?
Yeah.
Which one? You are
actually. Okay. For now, my plot and my I think you know Getangita very well.
Exactly.
Okay, my plot and my younger bro plot.
Okay.
Will be fenced.
So
because
yeah, I got you. Continue.
So actually, for my second elder brother plot is actually in the King's 3-meter wall. Actually, for there is no any need of fencing it because my second elder bro own it there. But my first elder bro is just demanding his portion, another portion. Imagine another portion in my in our portion, two of us. That is my portion and my younger brother portion.
Getangita. So
Getangita.
I remember there's a time I told you that your brother gonna be demanding another plot. Did you answer? Did you listen about it?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I told you that. I told you and I asked you that, or even I asked your father that. Do you know that it will reach a time that the firstborn will talk about this is not the full plot that I was given. I need another extra plot from the other boys.
Yeah, sure.
So what are you doing specifically to understand that this kind of the problem gonna be handled with care?
Okay. Yesterday, I went to the chief office, whereby we were giving the document whereby they were saying that the day that we will be fencing our plot, the chief will be there, and the one of the policemen will be there.
Okay.
And the chief was demanding that we have to pay 5,000 for the chief, 5,000, because the process will take one whole day. Yeah.
So have you drilled the holes for the fencing, or what has it occurred right now? What have you done up to right now?
You know, actually, the reason why I'm just saying that the process will take like 3 days is like the first day it will be drilling of the holes. Yeah. The second day will be the putting of the posts.
Yeah.
And the last day will be the wire mesh fencing.
Yeah, the fence now.
Yeah, that is why I'm saying that it will take like 3 days.
So already you have the materials corrected already?
Okay, the materials let's now I have.
Okay, you have you have the barbed wire and also you have the logs.
Yeah, the money for paying the chief and the policeman, because the chief demanded 5,000 Kenyan shillings per day,
which is around 50 USD.
Yeah.
Oh, per day.
But yeah,
Per day.
per day. 5,000
Oh.
Kenyan shillings per day.
So it's approximately 130 US dollars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that is like 3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
Okay.
And the policeman, the policeman cannot come to our home without any paying anything.
Yeah, sure.
So without with the policeman, I don't have exact amount that they need.
Okay.
So the policeman, I don't have the exact amount that they need.
Okay, I know in the village you have to trigger them so they can just work effectively, because if the other party is using the police to make sure that they trigger this kind of the way forward. So I understand it will be so fantastic for you also to trigger them with something so they can just work very possibly. So from this kind of the point, I understand and I appreciate, because you are making a step, and that is what I ever talked about, that you're gonna be having a problem, or you're gonna be squatters whenever it's gonna be getting to another time, that your brother gonna be used to make sure that it dismantling your family properly, because is already known that is a weak mind in the society. So they're gonna be using him the way they need. Talk about they're gonna be talking about go and take liquor for 100 or for 200 and go and disrupt that family. And also to get the fence being fenced there, he will bring much of the problem. He'll go and be liquored and bring much of the problem whenever gonna be fencing if you don't have the security also. And to this kind of the manner I talk about, this is the evil mind that has been created unto that kind of the society to make sure that is bringing much of the people down and triggering much of the people into a very hulabatic way. But I understand it's a way of getting forward. So right now, I think you're going to be broadcasting much of the video to come out talking about what has really come out from the villa, and what's really being getting on and to its the values, and talk about I'm going to be getting the information that will be ever been excised, because I'm having so much antennas in terms of getting the information very fantastic.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly. So I wish you the good day, man, and keep it safe, because right now you might be the chaotic person who is disrupting them, their mission not to happen. So be very careful and very keen.
Yeah, sure. Bro.
Stay in groups. Make it happen.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly. So you understand, even me was attacked, and I talk about the Gunmo. Said that you're gonna be having other people to pass there. So you might be knowing that you might be part of the team to pass there. So they might be part of the program to hinder you or give you much of the things that will not be occurring good.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly. So keep it tuned, man, and give yourself a good shout out as you're gonna be closing the chapter.
Okay, I just go by Nasto.
Yeah, man.
If you are interested with my video, just keep on subscribing, commenting, and like my video. Always one love.
Exactly. One love always. Thank you very much, bro.
Bro.
Okay, make it happen, huh?
Wow.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it was Nasto, a part of the team also, to make sure that everything is just getting forward, to understand what's really popping out at that kind of the moment right now, and everything is just as normal as it had been voluntarily operating, because I know much of the people are having that kind of a problem. Wait, Buddha, what's up, man? Hey, you are in a... Hey, that's Mogese a little bit. I wanted to know where he is a little bit, so as I can just understand and give them this kind of the permanent way of the solution, talking about they should be together and making it happen. And he's calling back right now. I know he's in a very disclosive area that you're going to be speaking out from. Wait, Buddha. Vipi mra? Ngukuiwande vipi? Mambo vipi? Hello. Vipi mra?
Yes. Fantastic.
Kwani uko wapi mra?
Mimi niko home.
Okay. Mambo iko fiti, mambo iko chonjo. Mimi hapa niko Kisumu kidogo, 2-3 shughuli 2-3. Lakini kuna kitu nilikuwa nataka nikuulize. Niliona video yako imeandikwa chaos erupt, mbendo 2 hapo. Kunaenda namna gani?
Hiyo si mimi niliweka.
Oh, huyo ni na wewe kuna video umeachilia. Sijui inasemaje.
Hiyo ilikuwa ni nani niliona?
Ni Nasto, I think. Ama?
Ni Nasto?
I think so.
Maybe bas.
Exactly. So sasa hii mambo iko fiti pande hiyo?
Mambo iko fresh.
Haujaenda party?
Sasa utaendaje party ujaribu? We are not included the way they are just thinking.
Yeah, najua mambo iko fiti sana. So mambo iko fiti. Mimi ninaweza kuja Jumanne? Kidogo.
Fresh bus kambe kumande ngikabara kambika wa village.
Oh no, I'm not running. I'm not running the village, man. I'm running the businesses as I'm running out of the village. Lakini nakuja.
Fantastic.
Asante sana man.
Aye.
So that's Mogesi also is well, and I have to understand all the outskirts of making sure that everybody is good at this kind of the moment, to make sure that everybody is moving very carefully good. So I wanted to talk about this kind of the scenario, guys, and I had already spoken about it, that it will reach at a time now Nasto will have a very big problem at their own plot zone, and I knew that this kind of the flabbergastic module will ever come to be registered as a way of handling much of the pogroms of the way. Why am I saying so? It's because of this kind of the boy is a bigger elder brother, but the use of the common sense is a little bit altered with much of the liquor and improvisations of the situation how it is. And the real fact of the module of getting forward is the way of handling such kind of the problems in an inclusive way of handling this kind of the problem, because you can never beat him because he's now an old person. You can never do whatever is bad unto him. People are getting into the problem of understanding that to the village there is much of each and every kind of the spirits, the incubus and succubus, and this kind of the tormented spirits that are luring and each and every kind of the person in which kind of the way they're going to be motive and they're going to be the emotion also. So what I can talk about at this kind of the moment is we should understand, because we are being used and targeted, and at the last we will be thrown out as a literally very bad way as a dogs. Talk about right now, you have heard about the children are no longer allowed in the village, no longer allowed in the villa. Talk about they're gonna be going there for dismantling much of the information that doesn't belong to them. Right now there might be a problem of no filming much of the video, because they have gone there for making sure they don't know that they're just there for witnessing, that whenever they're going to be talking about this kind of the plot, we called much of the people in the village, and it's going to be there that we called Nasto, we called Mayuguna, we called Ankomo, we called this kind of the other person, we called this other person who is alongside the village. And that's why they called Gintu, they called every kind of the people, so they can just be there and just pinpoint their heads and talk about you see the video is there, and already we are just here to make sure that this kind of the plot we witnessed, and we can never know if the police officers going to be there or which kind of the people going to be there at this kind of the time to make sure they're going to be negotiating about this kind of the plot once and for all. That is the nature, and we understand that nature is always available to make it happen. But what is really critical at this kind of the moment is who is going to be going to cry for this kind of the villagers, who is going to be going to cry whenever the time we reach whereby this kind of the people will be told that evacuate from this kind of the land. Right now Ernesto is doing something which is very best, and I like the people who are ever taking that kind of the opportunity, because I saw them from the video talking about they're going to be helping Ernesto to talk about offense that kind of the particular plot, so they cannot be having much of the problem with this kind of the inciters who want to incite and also take over the game from them, because we are now giving out a hard time for the young generation which is growing. Talk about Gitangita going to be coming out with right now you're going to be in a half term, and they're going to be coming and be told that you don't have a plot here because the plot has been taken over from this kind of the people. And that is the main agenda that we are just squeezing with it in the village, to make sure that nobody is going to be harmed, because even Percy, look at Percy, the children, where are they going to go? And always Master KG is going to kneel down and talk about your husband was my friend, or is crying east, west, and south, which are the crocodile tears which are coming out. And at the end time is talking about this kind of the grave, want to be getting out of this kind of the place. I want to build here some of the story buildings. So it's something which is very krakatoing, and we are just being enforced to have that kind of the law of in fury of understanding that the philosophic way of understanding the way is very improper. And how I'm going to be handling this kind of the pogroms, how we're going to be handling this kind of the equations, at which kind of the rate we are having a problem. Much of the people have been crying justice for everybody, and how is it going to be? We are just introducing into a way of liquoring much of the young generation, so we can awaken their own spirits that are no longer available. Talk about we are weakening the generation going to be coming tomorrow, and we are just crazilizing them right now, and we are just dismantling the generation right now. And we're never going to be getting to tomorrow. We'll be asked, where were you during this kind of the particular time, and where was this kind of the person during this particular time? If Gintu doesn't do it, because I started this kind of the video and I've motivated Nasto to make it happen, because it's their generation, it's their motive, it's their way of making sure that they're going to be outskirting themselves and making sure they're going to be bonding together as a family. Because what I said is this kind of the Master KG talk about the Lady Gaga, and also all this kind of the regional phenotypic people are just crazy at this kind of the phantom moment. They are always together and they are bond themselves. Talk about even a person is coming with a peacock to talk about, let us psych this kind of the plot to go. Even me, I'm with you to make sure that the plot is going like Zavari Rally, and also making such kind of the sorts of the insultments and some stupid allegations and lunatic ideologies, and making sure they're going to be taking over. Even right the time that I was just being blocked at the road, talking about, oh, Gintu are no longer allowed to pass at this kind of the rate, because they know that Gintu are never going to be subjecting himself. It's going to be handling much of the matters in a coercive way, so as everything can just be possessed in a very declassified manner. But the good fact is right now, even the Conrad is thrown out of the villa, is no longer needed because he has leaked much of the information. What's really popping out at this kind of the rate? They're just wondering, why was the Mzee leaking this kind of the information? Because they had done it and sealed it as a family, but it's just going wild. Why is Gintu getting this kind of information? That's why they just gave me the opportunity to go to the villa, and I don't know if I could just come out while I'm just good, because if I could just go there, they know that I will not go there, because they need much of the people to alternatively understand and gauge much of the proper way. Right now, they're not filming even the fish pond because it's dry already, and there's no fish there, because I told them it will never work entirely, because they think about they're going to be the people who will be handling much of the matters ABCD. But to the real fact of the moment is Gintu understands much of the things, how they come onto the village, and how we're going to be sorting them very equitably at this kind of the rate. So at this kind of the moment I talk about, I appreciate much of the moment, but people have been watching and also giving the comment to the section to make sure that we're going to be reading and also doing much of the work upon it. And here in Kisumu, everything is just very good and very analyzed, very fantastic. We are just enjoying much of the sessions here, but tomorrow is on Monday, going to be getting to the prompt way of getting forward, because I don't have to break much of the assassinations. I have much of the problems from the encountered, because much of the people are always coming to talk about, oh, Gintu, I always pursued with my own mission. I don't have to stop whatever comes, whatever goes, because I'm a person who is called let me go forward. There's no much of talking about, oh, because you have just like colossalized yourself and talked about, oh, I have to humiliate this kind of the objective. I don't have that kind of the spirit of the Inkabis and Sakabis here and there. Gintu is always forward. If I have targeted that on Monday I'm getting to this kind of the point, I have to go forward and make it happen. That is the good gay of the good gray moment, not the gay, the good gray moment of just proceeding with much of the interestment of getting forward at this kind of the rate of the moment. And I appreciate much of the people over and to this kind of the channel also watching and making sure they're going to be commenting and getting forward, because we have to go forward with this kind of the way and much better. Because I know right now I'm going to be getting much of the information is coming out from the villa one-on-one, because they think about they have much of the absolute way of sensing on what's going to be coming, because this kind of the video going to be getting in the evening session. Whenever you are just watching this kind of the video from wherever you are, I will have already gotten much of the information flowing back from the villa, talking about what has really been discussed and what are they thinking thinking about, because I know Master KG is getting out and is just leaving the village and has not told much of the people that Rocio went to look for a greener pasture, that they want to just vanish in thin air so they can just go and feed from there. They're just feeding much of the people with wheat here, and leaving much of the people talk about, yeah, I went to the party and I just cherished it. There's no video coming out at that kind of the juncture. And I know they're just going to discuss and talk about, oh, you see Gintu, if you see Gintu this kind of the corner, no. Nobody can just intimidate Gintu as far as everything is in concern. Just try your best, because you're going to be checking on who I am at the best moment, because I'm a brutal guy whenever it comes to the brutality way of facing this kind of the consequences. They're going to be a brutality thinking about. And also, I know they're going to be talking about A, B, C, D. Do you understand? There's a time we talked about, oh, this kind of the people want to be coming to the village. You're going to be going in and deeper into it and understanding, because Gintu is always bringing much of the videos, and we are ever getting forward. Nobody can just bring us back. As far as everything is in concern, I think whenever the Master KG is in the village, much of my sessions talk about the giving out of much of the things that are no longer happening. But I think whenever we're going to be getting out of the village, everything going to be coming out to the session, because we have to go forward and make it happen. I know that's the moment are going to be coming, and thank you very much to everyone who's been supporting and making sure that we're going to be getting forward. It's not an easy way of handling this kind of the matters, but I think we're going to be sharpening our own tools and making sure they're going to be eating which kind of and eating according to the rope that we are just possessing onto our neck at this kind of the right. So this is the position I'm going to be talking about. Thank you very much. Everyone has been tuned and also locked in to understand and also probabilitize this kind of the movement, because we are ever handled in a way that we're going to be dismissed, so as nobody can ever understand who we are, and we just have to vaporize in thin airs and evacuate from this kind of the region, because this kind of the YouTube, it could be talked about. I want you to select, talk about Marwa, will be told that I want you to select much of the people who will be in this YouTube street. We could not be in part of it, but God understands that we are part of the team to understand that this is the program for us to run. And if we are no longer available, this kind of the people could be doing messy and terrible things unto the village. But if we are there, they know that if I do this one, Gintu gonna be there to abscond the law and talk about abscond this kind of the emotion and bring it one-on-one. And we are here to make sure that security panel is observed and getting forward at this kind of the rate of the moment. So keep it tuned, keep it locked. I'm gonna be back to this kind of the session, back with Ernest to understand what's really popping out with Ernest, because the channel is gone. Keep it tuned.